You're listening to the Rising Lightworker Diaries, the podcast where awakening souls reclaim their truth, rise in frequency, and remember why they're here. Welcome to the Rising Lightworker Diaries. So I'm Natalie Restored, your Lightworker mentor, galactic activator, and multidimensional awakening guide. I'm here to help all lightworkers elevate their frequency and understand why they're here, what's their role, what's their mission, and remember this mission and align with it. So this is take 2 of the first podcast. Well, I don't think the first podcast I did a week ago wasn't great. It's just that I built the actual format or the presentation and I realized, Natalie, don't do it the way you used to. It doesn't work anymore. It has to be way more intuitive, way more flowing with the energies that are coming through as I'm talking about the topic. And today's topic is really the reason why awakening right now is the ideal time. There's no better time. I mean, of course, the awakening process is not just a specific moment in your life. It's a succession, a compounding effect that holds all the different experiences, the awakening moments you have experienced in the past months and years. But I had created the first podcast the way others are creating podcasts, presentation, talking about a specific subject, and that's it. And I realized, no, this is not even the way I work generally. So why would I make a podcast that is different from what I usually do in a group or individual setting? So today we will talk about why right now it is important to jump on the awakening ship, train, plane, spaceship, doesn't matter how you want to call it. It will definitely feel detrimental, painful, frustrating for many if you are not jumping on board. It's part of your programming. It's part of your blueprint to actually be on this planet, sharing your magic, developing new abilities and showing people, remember, being a human being is not being a slave to a certain system, a system that is shifting so much that we barely know where it's leading us, that we barely know how safe, how joyful, how uplifting this system could be. So we will talk about this, but I want you to really receive all the information that will be shared from a vibrational perspective. I want you to really disregard words and just feel. And this is what and how I want to build my podcast in the future. All episodes should be an activation, a remembering, a recalibration, a healing, an act of remembering. So every time the episode ends, you're feeling like something happened. Is it in the words? Is it in a weight that got uplifted from lifted, I should say, from my shoulders? Or what is it? And each podcast or each episode will help you feel more aligned with why you're here, with your unique mission. So, without further ado, I invite you to get comfortable. I would invite you to sit down, feet touching the ground, back well supported, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth, like a big, big sigh of letting go, a big beautiful. Let's do this a few more times. Beautiful. Imagine yourself being surrounded by a beautiful bubble of light, and this bubble of light has a specific color, and this color will appear to you. You see it, you sense it, you know it's there, and you even feel its vibration. It's like a pulse. You can see the fluctuations of the actual vibrational field, which I called the bubble of light. It goes up and down. It's alive. It's a frequency. And this bubble of light is allowing you to enter a state of deep surrender. As we speak right now, nothing else matters, nor your life, nor the collective life, the weather, nor anything that is outside of you. You are just focusing inward. You're just present to the sound of my voice and knowing that my voice holds a frequency that can help you expand your own. Now you start to feel a certain vibration, certain movement in your heart center, right in the middle of your chest. And this vibration may have a shape. For those of you who do not see any shape, I invite you to sense that a flower bud is about to bloom. That a flower bud is about to open up. Choose a flower. It could be a lotus, it could be a rose, it could be a sunflower. Just see the bud opening up to reach its maximum bloom. And when it's reaching its maximum bloom, it's like opening your antennas to higher vibrations. And higher vibrations means connecting to a field of energy that is way above your usual state of a connection. And from this space, you're tuning to a channel that speaks directly to you. You will hear, you will feel, you will sense, you will remember, you will see, you will taste potentially, you will feel, you will know what you're ready to integrate today through the words I will share. You're in that space of complete receptivity, and all information channeled through this conversation we're having will activate a code, a remembering, an information that is deeply anchored in your heart center, deeply in that flower, in the heart of this flower that you're holding in your heart. This information will feel like, yes, this is me, this is what I'm experiencing, this is my vibration, this is my language, this is my my journey. So allow every words I will share to create sensations and visions within you. Today we are talking about why now is the ideal time. Well, as we know, the planet is shifting rapidly, and you know it's not slowing down. So Lightworkers are simply being called to not just know more, but to embody more. At this point, the early stages of the awakening is to learn. What does it mean to be aligned with our mission? What does it mean to be a light worker? Am I an emerging light worker? Am I a rising light worker? What is my mission? What is the higher self? How do I connect to my higher self? At this point, if you're listening to this, chances are you already have done this job, this kind of investigating job. You have learned a lot from different channelers, different teachers, different modalities, and they all have different frequencies. And you're at a point right now where you are starting to integrate everything. There's no specific order. There's nothing really dominating your field of expression, intuitive expression. You are just becoming everything you have learned, everything you have been in contact with. And you are trusting right now that everything you have been in contact with, mentally, physically, or energetically, is part of who you are right now. But you're in a field of expansion that allows you to discern vibrationally what needs to go because the information is outdated or not aligned with you anymore, as it could be totally aligned for somebody else, and what you're ready to welcome, and how you're meant to mold all this in a unique expression of the divine. You're invited to embody this. At this point, it's not about what you're going to read and how you're going to blend this in another certification or another information that you're trying to blend. Again, I know I repeat myself, but they're showing me images of trying to accumulate knowledge rather than reading a page here and there, attending an event here and there from different people, and finally giving yourself the time to integrate all this and to finally become the sum of everything you have learned up to this day, knowing that now you are different than the person you were 10 minutes ago because we hadn't connected yet. And tomorrow you might feel completely upgraded from the version you are today. And it is a notion that has been shared by many philosophers, but now you feel it. It's not just something you intellectually understood. You now completely incarnate it. You embody it. You blend it and merge it in everything you do and say. It's part of you. So as you know, the awakening is not linear. It's something that is vibrational. It's happening on a cellular level, and it's cyclical. It's not something that happens for a certain period and then you just integrate it. That used to be the case a few years ago. Every phase took way more time. Now a phase, which is the phase of activation, integration, alignment, and manifestation, these phases can happen in an hour. And this is what we want this podcast to be for you. To be the activation, the integration, the alignment, and the manifestation. We want you to, by the end of this share, this interaction, to feel that you have gone through the 4 phases. So when you open your eyes, you feel that I'm not sure what happened fully, but I can trust that I have activated something in me. I can trust that whatever was activated is now finalized, integrated, accepted, recycled in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, into something that is moving me forward. That I'm aligning with this, and that my higher self is completely sealing the process. So I feel elevated, so I feel uplifted, so I feel that something has evolved. And now I'm ready to manifest. How is this work we're doing right now is going to ripple back into my daily life? You're the only one to know this. You'll find out. You'll find out. As soon as you open your eyes in a few minutes, you will feel different, and that will guide you into speaking differently, interacting with life and people differently. Even if you had something planned for the rest of the day, chances are it will turn out a little bit different because you have attuned to a new frequency. Why is it the right moment right now? Well, again, everything that is happening around us is moving very fast. So you understand that what we may call non-light or suppressed light or diverted light is moving fast. So we must also move fast. So the conscious choice you have to make is, I am following the guidance I feel within. I follow every nugget of information, every intuitive insights I'm receiving. I'm just doing it. And that's important to follow this. If you don't, you will feel frustrated, you will feel angry, you will feel misaligned, you will feel misdirected, you will feel alone, you will feel disconnected from your higher self and in everything and everyone galactically and vibrationally that is supporting you on this process. And at this point, the only way to move as fast as collective energies are moving is to really jump in the action. And sometimes action may mean resting. Sometimes action may mean stepping away from whatever you were doing. Action in this perspective is making a conscious choice that I should be doing something differently. So I feel I'm evolving. So I feel I'm progressing. And that's important. So waiting for the right moment is really, and if you have been doing this, hear me out, resisting change or waiting for the right moment is resisting the change. We don't always know that we're resisting. We think we're evolving. But if you feel like frustrated that it doesn't go as fast, or it's not as pleasant, or it's not as laser clear, chances are that a part of you is resisting the change because there's a lot of fear right now, collective fears. And whether we want it or not, we feel it. We feel it. And if we just let this collective fear enter our field and stay and become the dominant vibration, then suddenly we stop. We stop everything, because the dream of evolution is being halted, is being stopped by a movement or an information that tells you, if you do not conform, you will be alone. You will be pushed away. So I'm pretty sure you heard so much about the fear of being rejected, the fear of being segregated, the fear of being judged, for being a witch, for being a light worker. These imprints are coming back to the surface. That's why a lot of people are entering this phase of awakening through a direct face-to-face with, am I at the right place? Am I going to be judged? It's coming back. We had a first phase around 2020, and then it started to be integrated well. And then there's the second phase right now. It's the phase of 2025, and this phase is again triggering us a little bit more. Are you scared to embody your light worker essence? Because it will require that you really step out boldly and say, I don't agree with this. This is not how I want to experience my life. I want to develop my intuitive powers. I want to become intuitively autonomous. I want to share. I want to make a difference. I want to feel my mission, and I want to really embody it. And while the collective narrative is more fit in or be rejected, this moment brings us back to the times in history where being an intuitive, whether it's a witch, a shaman, a healer, where we were persecuted for being this. So I know some people are really working with the persecution imprint, and it makes sense. It's not the only thing, but this is what is rising, and that's why what I call the non-light forces are trying to make you feel. If you do not fit in, will make you feel that you're not worth being part of our group. So it means that you have to start building groups outside. Groups of light workers, friends or teachers or colleagues who are sharing the same vision, but are also holding a frequency that will up-level you. So there's no right moment. It's actually the right moment. So if you're just hearing the call, just answer it. It means you're ready. Whatever it is, the call to develop your intuitive abilities, to finally share your magic with the world by creating a little business, by starting to speak in a bigger group rather than one-on-one sessions. Wherever you are right now, if you feel it, means you're ready. If not, the information would not get to your ears. So an awakening doesn't mean you have all the answers. Far from it. Definitely not now. We're just learning. We're just learning to see how vibrations are manifesting and how our bodies are reacting to these vibrations. So it's a daily experience. So nobody really has the answers right now. I don't think so. So just go with the flow. Your higher self has part of the answers. It knows how to help you align with what is happening. So you go through this awakening, this human awakening, the most agreeably possible. But the exact truth of how the world will overcome and this shift and rise into its highest frequency is being created and written as we're going through it. Remember, we have different timelines. That's another topic, but those timelines, and there are a multitude, of timelines, even though there are two main ones. So telling you that the world will unfold this way is partly true from those who are channeling. At this point, if you sense it's going to go a certain way, you're holding parts of the truth. But the truth is bigger than what we can perceive from a human perspective. It's more than this. So you have to be flexible enough that from day to day, you are just entering this day with an open mind and an open heart. This is what the day has to share with me. It could be super exciting, or it could be more retreating into your inner core, into your inner life, into your field, and that's fine. There will be a time where energies will calm down a little bit and we will feel more on a stable, linear, stable energy. But right now, no. So you just jump in. You don't have all the answers, and nobody does, but all you have to do is say, yes, I'm ready. And just by saying this, you have all your guides and your higher self supporting you. So just be there. Just show yourself as you are. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be you. And you is being manifested in a different way every single day. I am the example of this. I created a podcast and I realized, oh my God, I was already changing the way I was creating my podcast. And as soon as it was shared, it didn't feel right. Why? Because there was a part of me that was telling me, no, just be more open, just be more flexible, just do it the way you would work with your members and students within your membership, which is no programs, or just nothing scheduled. What does the global energy, or the galactic energies, the light, want to tell us today? What does it want to tell us? So I needed to become more flexible, so the divine could speak to you through me in alignment with what we're going through right now. So it cannot be too programmed in advance. It has to be organic. It has to be fluid and flexible. Remember that there's a reason why you're here. And your soul has been trained for this. It may feel that your body is probably the part of you that needs to adapt, but you are trained. You have chosen to come here because you had different experiences on Earth and beyond Earth that gave you all the different information that you're ready to release right now. So right now, we're activating your ability to remember what you have experienced on different planets and here on Earth, that give you all the foundation to remain strong, clear, and motivated to move in this world as a light worker. You have been encoded. You have encoded yourself for this. And everything you need is accessible. You must remember this. So allow yourself to feel the clarity rise in you, in your heart. I'm here to be doing this. And today, I will joyfully, effortlessly express my magic. The universe is supporting you, and the universe loves those moments of ignition. I call that vibrational ignition. Something happens. Maybe this activation for you today, but something happens, a conversation, a quote somewhere that you're reading, and bang, you're moved to your next timeline, to closer to your highest self. And as soon as you align with this inner calling, you're receiving more information, more gifts, more alignments, more confirmation that you're definitely on the right track. So really, now is the time. Now is the time to activate from within. Observe what's happening around, but your inner evolution is happening within through what we're doing right now. And it's just the beginning of this adventure we'll have together. It's this remembering that I am all that I have been, all that I am now, and all that I am becoming. And the all that I have been is all the lessons you have learned in different incarnations that is giving you the courage to be brave in this reality. Again, you chose to be here not as a test, not as a punishment. You're here because you knew your presence on this planet would help elevate humanity. So I invite you to now take a deep breath in and release completely through the mouth, like a big sigh of letting go. And if you want to, just bring your hands onto your heart center as a way to integrate all this. And when we'll end this conversation, you will be aligned with these new frequencies, ready to manifest what is coming for you. So feel all this in your body and just breathe into your heart, in your lower belly, and feel the pulse of Gaia beneath you. Feel her own awakening through you and the agreement you have made with Gaia and galactic beings to come here, knowing that not only your soul will enjoy the experience, but that the world would benefit from you being here. And please repeat after me, silently or aloud, I am ready now. I no longer wait. I rise, I remember, and I radiate. My light is not a concept. It's a living frequency, and I choose to embody it fully. Just let these words enter your being and ripple through. Anchor them into your field and let your higher self integrate the remembrance. I invite you to also continue this connection. And I would say that the ideal second step following our conversation today would be to align with your highest timeline. This version of you who has integrated everything easily, effortlessly. That version of you who has gone through it and can tell you exactly the tips to attain this highest version of yourself and potentially avoiding some setbacks that you don't specifically need to experience because they're just maybe a mirror of an old resistance or an old program. And I invite you to simply check the show notes and look for the link that will take you to the awakening stairway. This is an activation that will help you actually connect to your highest timeline. And this highest timeline changes every day. Every time you align with your highest potential, you move forward. So your higher self is an elevated version of yourself. So download this activation, and it's free. It's totally complimentary. And you'll be able to play it as often as you need to connect always to your highest timeline, to avoid stagnation, frustration, feeling stuck, feeling disconnected, feeling alone. You will feel the flow of all that you are. So the link is in the show notes. And until our next time, I invite you now to open your eyes, take a deep breath in. Please keep on rising. You're not too late. You're just on the right time. And yes, join my Facebook group if you want to chat with me and interact with me. The link is also in the show notes. And comment. Tell me how the experience was for you, what it has activated in you, how you feel in your body. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, I'm saying goodbye and enjoy. Bye-bye.